The video creators Less Junk, More Journey partnered with Grand Design and made this unbelievable fifth wheel RV. Truly, this is probably the most impressive, and not probably, I think I've seen just about everything now at this point for what's coming out in 2026, and I'm giving this my stamp for the most impressive new fifth wheel RV floor plan that I have seen so far up to this point. And I don't know if that will change with seeing anything else that I haven't seen already. So let's go take a look. Come on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound. And today we're here taking a look at this 2026 Grand Design Solitude 414 LJMJ. LJMJ stands for Less Junk, More Journey, so you can go check out their social media platforms online. Great video content creators here in the RV space. And right away, the first thing we're going to take a look at is the fact that this has a bathtub inside of this RV. So this is what we are about to see on the inside here. We'll also talk about if there are specs in a floor plan layout online. We will get those on screen, but we'll see what we can find out as well with the stickers on this unit. Right here, LJMJ, you can see you got a little leash latch here right when we walk in as well. And as we step inside, central vac system with the floor sweep right by this door. Solid surface countertops. Great design here, seeing some elements of the Momentum toy haulers with what they've done with this kind of kitchen design, as well as like one of the mid-bunk models from Solitude. So taking some of those same elements in the kitchen layout and bringing those to this. As we go through this area, dining table here, I'm going to try to point out as many things that are kind of different and unique about this floor plan and about Solitude for 2026 as well. So not totally different from last year because they introduced this last year, but absolutely the most buttery soft furniture that you're going to find in any fifth wheel RV. Whereas almost every other fifth wheel RV has the same or very similar style furniture from one another, this is truly different, where the closest thing I could compare this to in the RV space would be like a Airstream Classic. If you've ever been inside of an Airstream Classic, which is Airstream's highest end line, I mean, we're talking like, you know, a nearly $200,000 travel trailer. That's the same quality of about the furniture you're looking at in here, which is really nice. Have this cool spot here that also allows you to extend this sofa out. So you have this platform right there so you can kick your feet up. That is pretty cool. And then they went to all square windows in here. So you see the square windows still have wood framing around these windows. And now we have the pull down black privacy shade on these with the reflective layer on the back, and any windows that open will have either a bug screen on them or some sort of bug screen that comes up. But it looks like on here we got bug screens on the windows that open there, and then the privacy shade from the top. As we step back this way, got some storage space back here behind your booth area. So pretty neat little use of space there. And then this is a more, you know, kind of built out booth seating arrangement here, and it does have some storage with a drawer there that opens up. Table is freestanding, so no legs to hit your feet on or anything coming in and out of this space, and I don't feel any area where this lifts up for storage underneath it. Oh, there it is. It's a pull-out drawer. Here we go. And we got a little utensil divider there for some storage in that space. Then as we come back this way, we obviously have a side patio on this fifth wheel RV. So we step outside through this door, have a what looks like a 50-inch screen TV outside, have everything that you could ask for in an outdoor kitchen, including the sink. I think having the sink here is one of the most valuable things, where you just have a spot outside of your RV where you can wash your hands, rinse things off, and can be a very usable piece of equipment on your RV to prevent you from having to walk inside to do those different tasks. Got a spot for a trash can out here. This is all metal, by the way. Everything out here is all metal. And then we have a little mini fridge slash wine cooler, and you have your griddle cooktop. A pretty good sized griddle cooktop as well, and it will actually pull out further so you can get it about that far away from your TV. This TV does push back into this space so you can get it back even further. You can definitely sizzle up at least probably, you know, 12 pieces of bacon on that, if not more. So very wide griddle cooktop there, and then open storage down underneath here. So really cool hangout spot, LED light strip underneath the TV, and then all of this just stores behind this patio door when you close the patio up. But have a really fun side patio area to hang out on with your RV, and then this is all covered by the awning with LED light strips over the or underneath the awning right here and right here as well. So step back in this way. This is a bunk model, and as we go up into the bunk, we do have storage underneath the steps, so utilizing that space for something effective. And as we step up into here, we step up into the space so that we can maintain storage underneath it. We'll see that when we go outside. And then you have the same dining table set up in here, same type of furniture, so very high quality. This obviously can make into a bed here. We have the drop down bunk here, and it has this basically like a seatbelt style system there to raise and lower that. So really nice system. We're starting to see this more and more. It's a very quick and efficient system. You can see how fast that shoots up and down, and then it gets down to about that level right there before it starts going back up. So that's about as low as it goes there. And length on these bunks, let me turn back around this way first actually before we get to that, because you have another bunk right here as well that's a little bit of an oversized bunk, have a shelf right there, and then all of this storage. I mean, just fantastic. 8 drawers right there. Another big drawer here with an adjustable shelf, multiple different spots for that, and more shelving through here. And there is a TV already installed in this room with this TCL TV behind that door. So with these bunk beds here, let's go ahead and see how big these bad boys are. So kick my shoes off, and now the one thing I will say, it's not like a super practical way to climb up into this bunk, so we're just gonna have to kind of send it. But as I get up here, that's not bad. That's about 6 feet long right there. Yeah, I could stretch out all the way on this bed. It's about 6 feet long. If you're over 6 feet a little bit, you can lay diagonal on here. Being 6'1", I'd probably just sleep diagonally on this and be just fine. Now the bunk on the other side, on the other hand, does not look as tall. Also, like I mentioned, unless there's something I'm missing, there might be a ladder that it comes with that can strap into this space, but unless I'm missing something, it's a little difficult to get up in here. I'm almost certain that it's going to come with some sort of retractable ladder to get into this space, but I'm not 100% certain. So that's that bunk there. But as I get along to this side, we have this other bunk right here, and this does look shorter than this bunk. You can actually see, maybe it's not. I'm going to have to get into it. I try to avoid doing this as best I can, but there's really no other way for me to test the length on this without just getting up in here. So here we go. Getting into this bunk. Yeah, it's definitely under 6 feet for sure. So not quite over 6 feet here. I would say it's probably about 5'8" or so, but not bad. I could still sleep in there. I could definitely sleep there for a couple nights, and I just wouldn't be able to stretch out all the way. Can actually get out of the bunk too comfortably, which is nice. And then we have our dining table underneath here. Again, storage space underneath there. And then as we keep coming back this way, we have a full bathroom in the back. So very impressive what we got going on back here. Full bathroom, solid surface countertops through here, stainless steel sink, good storage through this area, window along the back wall. Have your 3 drawers right here. You can see the drawer construction on this fifth wheel RV using all solid wood. Base on these drawers is real solid actually, and are they using a support underneath here? They are not. Wow. Even without a support under there, that is pretty dang solid, better than most. And then down underneath here, got our individual shutoff valves on water lines, and they are using brass fittings on all the water lines as well. Have almost more of a residential looking toilet back in this space. So it's an actual residential like toilet seat, it's not plastic. And then we have our shower back here. Now, ceiling height in this shower is only good for about 5'10", 5'11". When I stand in this shower, my ceiling does go up against, or my head does go up against the ceiling, and I don't quite fit in there without having to duck just a little bit. But nonetheless, it's a full-size shower back here. As we come back out this way, have our AC controls here in the bedroom, so whoever's in the space gets their own climate control of the AC. Outlet in that corner there for that bunk as well with the USB port. And as we step out this way, let's go ahead and get up into the bathroom. You got a real tile backsplash right here. And in this bathroom, y'all, this is pretty dang impressive here. Having a bathtub coming standard in this fifth wheel RV. Curious if you would like to see this in other fifth wheel RVs as well, but as far as I understand it to be right now, this is just in this 414 LJ/MJ model that they're doing this. So to do a proper review of this bathtub, I got to get in this thing to show you how it fit. And as you can see here, I am sitting up perfectly straight right now. Have a perfect spot for my arms to rest. Now if I was a little bit shorter, my arms might be elevated a little bit or feel elevated a little bit, and I'm almost able to get my legs all the way straight, y'all. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. I thought that the bathtub would be too small because of the space, but look at that. My knees are bent a little bit, but certainly under the water level, even at my height. So if you're, especially like if you're a woman and you're anywhere from 5 feet to 5'7", 5'8", almost all of you, I think, may be able to get your legs perfectly straight in this bathtub. Now, if you're 6 feet or over, definitely not, but gonna be very comfortable for most people for sure. So let me know what you think about the bathtub. I can tell you I'm a huge fan of that. I like that a lot. Don't know if it'd be practical for me and Megan. Megan actually, it's not once in the entire time I've ever known her, has taken a single bath, just take showers. So I don't know if it's something we would use, but I could see other people definitely liking it. Have your shower head up over the top here and your skylight there. I did not stand in this spot, so I guess standing in here, I should probably show that too. Got your ceiling height here to probably about 6'4", and then in the skylight you could easily be 6'6", 6'7", and fit in that space. Turn back around this way. Got some storage here, has some spots for some hair accessories there, and you got a pass-through hamper here that extends into the bedroom. Have a stainless steel sink, got your medicine cabinet, and then some more storage right here. And then porcelain foot flush toilet, more of a traditional toilet here with a plastic toilet seat. Tankless water heater, and then as we go into the bedroom, oh man, it just keeps getting better. Have a huge window back behind the bedroom, or behind the bed. That's almost unheard of. Almost no other fifth wheel RVs that I can think of have that. And then you have the pull down blackout shades on those, have a flip up little shelf there. Don't know how often one might use that, but it is there back behind the pillows. Turn back around this way, we now have a retractable TV in the bedroom with a fireplace in the bedroom. So electric heat source for you here. Your main AC in the living room will also have a heat pump on it. We have our pass-through hamper area there. Some hooks along this wall. And then we have 4 drawers here for storage. All the drawers are consistent throughout this fifth wheel RV in terms of their construction. Got storage underneath the bed, some bedside tables that will flip out of the way when needed. And then we have outlets and USB ports on the sides of the bed. Have a little bit of hidden storage down underneath here and 2 drawers under the bed. Drop this down. It is a fairly nice mattress. It's not like the best in the world, but I think some people will actually find that adequate for what they need. And then we have a full body mirror. That is always essential to get my wife's stamp of approval in any sort of RV. So I got the full body mirror there, have the washer and dryer connections back through here, and you got your storage space through there. That's a pretty unique little interesting little storage door there, just utilizing every inch of storage possible. Could be a good spot for fishing poles right there, actually. That would be a good use for that, potentially. Let me know what else you might use this space for. I'm kind of curious what ideas you guys have for what you might use this space for with that extra little bit of storage. Then we got our wardrobe closet, really thoughtful shelving through this front cap. You have shelving all through here as well with these little shelves in this area. This is a metal fixture there. And then we have a kind of woven, what's it called? Like a woven wicker almost kind of design there on the closet doors. And then that is pretty much everything. Ceiling height in this space, you can see it's right at about probably 6'4" or so. You do have a little frame when you walk in and out of the door. So if I get back behind this side of the camera, you see as I step out of this bathroom, or bedroom, I mean, the ceiling height here is probably good for about 6'3" going in and out of the doors. So under 6'3", you won't have to duck. And then that's pretty much everything on this interior space. Very curious your thoughts on what you think. Let me know down below in the comments. And as we step outside, there's still plenty to talk about. Laminated sidewalls on the slide out boxes. You have a strut assisted entry step, so it is weightless for you. I can't remember if we talked about that on this unit or not, but just in case we didn't. Weightless step. There are 3 awnings on the outside. Come down underneath here, you can see they have the brass plumbing fittings displayed here. They also have a 1-year base warranty, 3-year structural, and 5-year frame warranty. Looks like we got an H-rated tire here. It is the Navitrack Power King H-rated tire here. We are seeing a change in the tires across the United States, as a lot of brands were using the Cooper H-rated tires have now gone to various different brands, because it seems like there is some sort of issue going on with getting Cooper H-rated tires. So any H-rated tires we're seeing from other RV brands now have kind of deviated off from something different from the Cooper H-rated tires that were pretty standard before. Have a MORryde independent suspension system down underneath here. Now I thought this might just be for this one particular RV that was here at this event, but I have gone through all of the Solitudes and all of the Momentum fifth wheels here at this event, and every one of them has a MORryde independent suspension system on them. So it seems that that is going to be standard equipment going forward, which is a pretty significant deal and a big change. There's almost no other fifth wheel RVs out there that are coming standard with an independent suspension system. Coming back along this way, another little storage door here, and then we have a pull-out sliding tray along the back. Looks like that's either an 8 or a 10-foot tray. I don't have the exact dimensions on this, but huge slide-out tray along the back nonetheless. LED light strip underneath here. It does have a towing hitch along the back, so it's rated for up to 3,000 pounds here on that hitch. And as we come back along this way, have your black and gray tank pull valves here for this bathroom here in the back. This means your valves are up underneath the underbelly, which makes this more of a true Four Seasons camper. And then on your roof, we have a new fiberglass roof. So they actually have it displayed right here, what all of the new Solitude, Momentum, and Influence fifth wheel RVs look like on the roof. It is a fiberglass roof here. They're using what looks like a Turnabond for the tape over the seals on the roof there. That's a change. That's an upgrade a lot of people do after purchasing their RV, is doing a Turnabond tape over the seals. So now that's just coming along the perimeter of the seals on this fifth wheel. And then this is the piece of roof material here. It looks like it's just a composite wood-free roof material with the fiberglass shell along the top. So all of your Solitudes, all of your Influence, and all of your Momentum fifth wheel RVs will now have a fiberglass roof going into 2026 models. So that is pretty impressive, pretty significant change as well. Even this along here, yeah, that's a metal material, not plastic. So that's a change as well. Going to a plastic material on that. Have a tankless water heater. Have another spot where your dump valves come here for the washer dryer as well as the main bathroom. And then we have a Nautilus water management system, a water purification system, and then same thing, your gray tank and black tank valves here underneath the underbelly on this fifth wheel RV. And then we have a spot to store your 50 amp power cord here with this power reel. Very nice there. LED light strips through this pass-through storage, and then aluminum framing. You can see double aluminum pieces here through some of these areas, and then it is welded on both sides of all the frame connections. So pretty substantial on this. As we look at the specs, the gross vehicle weight rating on this is 21,000 pounds. Unloaded is 18,984, and that gives you a 1,956 pound cargo carrying capacity on this fifth wheel. Prep to add a generator on here. Mind you, everything like that, generators, washer dryers, things of that nature, they all add a considerable amount of weight. So something to keep in mind as well is definitely don't want to overload the weight on your fifth wheel RV. Spot for your battery here, 50 amp solar charge controller, battery disconnect switches here. You got your inverter up underneath there. And then we have a MORryde pin box here. One of the best pin boxes you'll see standard coming on a fifth wheel RV with that MORryde pin box. And this is the new 2026 Solitude 414 LJ MJ. So very curious your thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And from what I'm seeing, looking at Blue Compass on our website, I don't know that we've got this exact floor plan in stock yet, but similarly sized models like this, they look like they're coming in around $160,000 to $170,000 MSRP. This one might be a little bit more because of the side patio. They did quite a bit on this particular model. It's very possible this might be closer to the 170 MSRP, and that's going to be even like without full body paint. You can see there's looks like there's 600 watts of solar up on the roof there. So my thought is the sales price on this is likely going to fall around the $130,000 to $140,000 range. Could potentially even be in the $140,000 to $150,000 range. I don't know yet for certain because we haven't got them in stock yet for me to see. So that's all I got for y'all. Very curious your thoughts on what you think about this, and I'm genuinely impressed. So curious your thoughts though. Let me know what you think, and that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.